Okay, good morning, all. In the previous part, okay, we have covered some bits from the NTA mock test 60. Okay, this is the remaining part of NTA mock test 60. Okay, here comes the 10th bit. Okay, in the question paper number 10, identify the correct option regarding the structure given below. Okay, what is this structure and kind of option regarding structure given below? That means they have given one figure here based here we have to answer. That means diagram based questions in every paper we can expect two or three diagram based okay questions. Okay, observe this structure here. Okay, this is the okay material given last year in Lakshya Academy. Okay, this is the pentameric IgM pentamer. Okay, and for the correct option regarding the structure given below. Okay, the given structure is IgM. It is present in our body secretions. It is okay. Wrong answer. The given structure is IgM, and which has 10 valence and can bind to 10 different antigens. Next one, the given structure is IgA produced during severe infection in the body and binds to allergens. Next one, the given structure is IgM produced by the B cells apparently controls the activity of the B cell. Here the given explanation IgM is the pentameric antibody. Pentameric antibody you can observe here. Okay, it has IgM has a valency 10. Here valence is not given. Okay, heavy chains. This is the okay, IgM means M stands for mu. Okay, the code to remember these antibodies. The code to remember these antibodies is DEGAM. 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 Okay, you can remember all these antibodies with a trick called DEGAM. 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 Okay, these three are monomers. Okay, this is the dimer and this is the pentamer. Okay, monomers, this is the dimer and this is the pentamer. Okay, you can observe here D, E, G, DEG, A, M. M is the pentamer. Okay, here M means mu, A means you can see here. Okay, A means here is the A. This is the alpha symbol. A is alpha. G means gamma, and E means epsilon. D means delta. Okay, this is the D delta symbol. Okay, this is epsilon symbol, alpha symbol, gamma symbol, and mu. Okay, according to this, their guys is M means mu, G means gamma, A means alpha, E means epsilon, D means okay delta. Number of antigen binding site 10 to 4 to 2. And molecular weight okay, is also given. Highest molecular weight mu because it has 5 okay antibodies together it form pentamer. Okay, nice. Percentage. Okay, this was given in previous another paper, another mock test. Highest number IgG. IgG high number, lowest number E. E. Next one, okay, if they sometimes they may ask you to arrange these antibodies according to percent in the serum, according to their percentage. Okay, note down that one also. Next one, which can cross the placenta? Okay, you learnt in erythroblastosis fetalis. Okay, when the baby is positive, mother is negative, in that case, antibodies are formed IgG, which can pass. Yes, they can cross the placenta. Which one can cross? G. Next one fixes complement. Yes, yes, no, no, no. And FC binds to. Okay, here it binds to phagocytes. FC means this is the Antibody has two ends, Okay, this is the FC. Okay, that means fragment crystal cell binding. FABN, this is the AB, this is the FC. Okay, here the FCN binds to phagocyte, and here mast cells, the FCN binds to mast cells and basophils. Next one, okay, the main antibody of primary response. The main antibody of the primary response you can observe here. IgM is the pentameric antibody molecule sorry, it is not correct one, produced by, see here, it is produced by B cells, okay, not by antibody, and apparently controls the activity of the B cell. It activates the phagocytosis and complement there. Okay, complement mediated lysis of the infected cell. You learned in humoral immunity about this one. And they have 10 valency and they can bind to 7 to 8 antigens at a time. And these are the antibodies that can mount the primary immune response. Okay, they can start them. Okay, you can observe here. Okay, the main antibody of the primary immune response. Okay, this is also you have to read this for these points also. Observe here, recently in one paper, recently in one of the mock tests, I cannot remember exact number, what type of antibodies present in saliva they asked. Okay, in tears, sir, tears have antibody. Okay, the tear colostrum, amma milk, amma. Okay, A for amma, IgA antibody is present in mother milk, A. Next one, saliva, tears, okay, secretions, so consists of, this is a secretory IgA dimer. Okay, most secretions mainly consists of IgA type. Okay, these are the important points related to this one. And main blood antibody of secondary immune response. What is this one? Secondary immune response. Look at the diagram here. Okay, IgM. Okay, here this is the primary immune response. Which one is produced first? Which one is produced? This red one indicates IgM. See again the bit here. Okay, these are antibodies that mount the primary immune response is started by IgM. Okay, you can observe here secondary responses and neutralize the toxins and opsonization. In that process, what is involved is the IgG. Okay, that's about the 10th bit. Now come to the 13th one. Okay, 13th one. Myometrium, okay, incorrect match. They ask myometrium, smooth muscle layer that contracts during parturition delivery. Okay, next one. What the incorrect one? This is correct one. Okay, next one. Okay, vagina lined internally by glands that are shed during menstruation. Okay, incorrect. That means this is incorrect. Correct answer means it is incorrect one. That means here glands are absent. I will show you that one. Next, fundus. Fundus is a common site for implantation. It is a common site for implantation. I will show you here. Okay, this is the fundus part. This is the fundus part of the uterus. This is the main body, and this part, okay, this lower part is called. Okay, this is the lower part is called cervix. Okay, the lower part is cervix. Okay, generally here you can observe here implantation occurred in which part. This is called fundus. It is labeled in textbook. You can observe here uterine fundus. Like stomach has fundus, uterus also has fundus. Okay, this is the uterine fundus. Okay, here fundus common site. Fundus. This is the fundus. Fundus is the common site for implantation. What is the next one? Cervix and vagina, they form the birth canal. You know that one. Okay, vagina is a tubular copulatory organ in female. Tubular, it is a tube-like structure and acts as the birth canal. It is also part of the birth canal. It also acts as a passage for menstrual flow between the cervix and external opening vaginal orifice. Here, at the end of the vagina, there is a vaginal orifice. Okay, vaginal orifice is present. Sorry, vaginal orifice. And what is this one? Cervix. Okay, here there is a cervix. Okay, in between this vaginal orifice and cervix, what is present in between these two? Here, vagina is present. Okay, vaginal wall is made up of an internal mucosa, muscularis layer, and an outer and adventitia. Like you know the histology of alimentary canal. You know the histology of alimentary canal, outermost layer, okay, serosa. In some parts, okay, especially in esophagus, serosa is absent. Okay, next one below that the muscularis layer. Innermost layer is a mucosa, same like that. Reproductive tract. Earlier you learned malt, mucosa associated lymphoid tissue. Mucosa associated lymphoid tissue. It is present in reproductive tract, digestive tract, respiratory tract, urinary tract, excretory. Okay, in these all tracts, what is present? Mucosa associated lymphoid. That means mucosa layer is present here also in the reproductive. Vagina means it is a reproductive part of the reproductive tract, female reproductive tract. Vaginal wall is made up of like stomach, like gut wall is made up of mucosa. Gut wall consists of muscularis externum. Like that, here outermost layer is called adventitia. Okay, outer adventitia. Its mucous membrane is non-keratinized stratified. The mucosa is made up of here. Okay, the mucosa of the stomach is made up of. Can you tell me the answer? The mucosa of stomach is made up of. What is the answer? I am giving few seconds to think over it. The answer is stomach mucosa is made up of simple columnar epithelium. Simple columnar epithelium without cilia, non-ciliated. Here, the vagina, very important one. Pharynx, upper part of the esophagus, anus, and next one, this one, vagina. These all are wet places. The wet places are lined by very important one, non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. Glands are absent here. I will show you here one slide. Vagina consists of three layers. Here you can observe here. Adventitia, layer adventitia. Next layer is what is this one? Muscularis. What is this one? Mucosa. What is the innermost layer here? Mucosa. You can observe here what is the mucosa. After mucosa, above this one, there is a muscularis. Okay, that means here muscle. Okay, layer. Muscle layer is present, and after that, what is present here? Adventitia is present. Here, no glands. Vaginal fluid comes from transduction and cervical glands, but here no glands are present. Here mucosa, muscularis, and adventitia are present, and which are made up of different types of tissues mentioned here. Okay, that's about this bit. It is internally lined by, not lined by glands are absent. However, cervical glands do pass on some mucus into it means vagina during ovulation. The vaginal orifice is partially covered by this one hymen, which is one of the extra external genitalia of the female reproductive system. There is a hymen is there. There is a labia majora, labia minora. Okay, like that, there are different parts in the female reproductive tract, external genitalia. In males it is a penis and a scrotum. As per NCERT, penis is the external genitalia in male reproductive system. Come to the next one. Which are the from others in the presence of muscular cord? Court. Okay, this topic is newly added in NCERT textbook. Okay, the structure of artery, vein, and capillaries. In the wall of the arteries, there are there are smooth muscle. In the wall of the veins, there are smooth muscle. In the wall of the arterioles are also smooth muscle. In the wall of the lymph vessels also smooth muscle. In the wall of the lymph duct also there are smooth muscles. Okay, like that in these all places there are smooth muscles are present, but in the capillaries, if the smooth muscles are present in the capillary, the substances cannot diffuse through the capillary. That's why there are no smooth muscles here. Which are the following? Absence of muscular cord. Okay, you can observe here. Okay, this is the capillary, this is the vein, and this is the artery. Here there are smooth muscles, here there are smooth muscles, here the only endothelial cells are present. This is the simple squamous epithelium present in the capillary is called endothelium. Okay, endothelium is formed from endoderm. That's origin is endoderm. Embryonical it is origin is endoderm. Capillaries are the smallest blood vessels in the body, and capillary has no muscular wall, and wall is made up of single layer of flat, okay, tile like pavement endothelial cells, and is consequently very permeable too. As a result of that, as it is made up of single layer of cells, okay, as a result of that, consequently it is permeable to water, small solid, but not to proteins, impermeable to proteins and macromolecule. The diameter of lumen of the capillary is it is from 7.5 micrometers to 75 micrometers. Only about 5 to 7% of the total volume of the blood is contained in the capillaries. That means in our body there is a 5 liters of blood in capillaries. It is 5 to 7% of the total blood volume is present in capillaries. The next one, which of the following organ is responsible for the concentration and storage of bile? Okay, bile is formed by the hepatocytes of the hepatocytes. Okay, there hexagonal hepatic lobule. Hexagonal hepatic lobules are the structural and functional units of liver. Okay, in the each corner there is a portal triad consists of ductula of bile duct. Next one, there is a hepatic portal vein here, hepatic branch of hepatic artery, branch of hepatic portal vein, and a branch of bile duct. These all are present here, and from here the bile goes to the gallbladder, and in the gallbladder it is thin muscular sac, and which contraction cholecystokinin causes the contraction of this one. Here bile is concentrated, that means bile becomes very thick. Bile has a lot of water, that water is reabsorbed here. The water is reabsorbed here, therefore it becomes very thick. Okay, the gallbladder is a pear-shaped hollow structure located under the liver on the right side of the abdomen. Its primary function is storage of bile and the concentration of bile. Yellow-brown digestive juice, not enzyme, digestive juice produced by the liver. Crypts of Libercune is an example of, okay, it is actually it is a part of old syllabus. Okay, now in a new syllabus, in a new textbook before 2013. Okay, in the old zoology textbooks, so these coiled tubular gland, simple tubular gland, these all are given, but in NCRT as well as in present zoology AP, okay, it is not given. Okay, crypts of Libercune is an example of simple tubular gland. You can see the different types of, note down this one. They may ask any bit from this one. Okay, simple tubular glands, example intestinal glands of, okay, the structure is like this one. Okay, Libercune, crypts of Libercune. Crypts of Libercune are present if this is the one villus, and here there is one structure. Crypt means pit. Okay, in between this is another villus. Okay, between the two villi, okay, there is a one crypt means pit, gunta. Okay, this is the intestinal glands of Libercune. Next one, simple coiled tubular gland is example sweat gland. Our sweat gland is coil. It is a simple coil. Simple branched tubular. Here there are some branches. Simple tubular, simple coiled, simple branched tubular. Here without branches, simple. It is branched tubular. Okay, it is a pyloric glands of stomach. Pyloric glands of stomach. In stomach there is a cardiac glands, pyloric glands, and fundic glands. Are the pyloric glands are example for this one. Next one, simple branched alveolar. Simple branched alveolar, example sebaceous gland, which is associated with the hair follicle. and simple alveolar, example acinar, mucous glands of the frog skin. Okay, observe here. Okay, modes of cellular secretion, but okay, exocrine glands are three types. Okay, I told you one code here. Okay, I told you one code here. Hello Shiba. Hello Shiba. Okay, Miro pan card. Hello Shiba. Miro pan card తీసుకోండి. Take one pan card. A po. A po mama. Already mama I have pan card. I don't want a po mama. Hello Shiba. Hello means holocrine. Hello Shiba. Sebaceous gland. ఓకే. మీరో పాన్ కార్డ్. ఓకే. మీరో పాన్ కార్డ్ తీసుకోండి. మీరోక్రైన్ ప్యాంక్రియాస్. ఏ పో మామా. ఆల్రెడీ ఐ హ్యావ్ పాన్ కార్డ్. ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ మామా. ఏ పో మామా. In this way, you can remember that based on modes of cellular secretion, exocrine glands are divided to like this one. And here you can see this one types of simple glands and types of compound glands. You can note down this information. These are the diagrams. Okay, okay, next time whenever you read the first lesson digestion absorption, okay, you note down these points here. Okay, you come across gastric glands in stomach. You can note down this one there. And next one you can okay, whenever you read salivary glands in the first lesson, okay, compound saccular or alveolar glands are example for that one. Next one, whenever you read mammary glands or prototherians, okay, the compound tubular. Okay, like that you can note down these all things. Which of the following tissue is covered by which tissue? Okay, we have epithelial tissue, we have connective tissue, we have nervous tissue, we have muscular tissue. Which of the following is covered by epimysium, mycium, perimysium, endomysium? Okay, muscular tissue answer. Epimysium is you can see here. Okay, this is epimysium. Okay, what is epimysium? Epimysium is a dense connective tissue that surrounds the entire muscle. Entire muscle is surrounded by epimysium. Next one, perimysium is the connective tissue that surrounds the each bundle muscle fiber. That means fascicle. Okay, this is one fascicle. The fascicle is surrounded by muscle fiber. Okay, fascicle. This fascicle, this is the muscle bundle. It is surrounded by perimysium. And next one, muscle fiber. Muscle fiber means muscle cell or sarcocyte. Sarcocyte, the meaning of muscle fiber, muscle cell, myocyte, sarcocyte is same. Muscle fiber means, okay, so many students confuse here what is myofibril, muscle fiber. Okay, why it is called muscle? Why don't we call muscle cell? Why we call it muscle fiber? We call RBC, red blood cell. Okay, but we don't call muscle cell as a muscle cell. We are calling muscle fiber because red blood cell is like this one, but this cell is like a fiber, long and like a fiber. That's why we call muscle cell as a muscle fiber. Okay, like that you can see remaining 2 points also here. The most common and okay, or abundant connective tissue of the body is what is that areolar connective tissue. Okay, it is a connective tissue mainly consists of three components. One is fibers, one is cells, and one is matrix. Here, what are the different types of cells present here? What are the different types of fibers present here? And what is the matrix? The fluid matrix is called ground substance. And here you can see different types of cells here and three types of fiber, collagen, reticular. These all are present in areolar tissue, which is the abundant connective tissue of the body. Free living platyhelminthes. Okay, tinea solium, okay, it causes teniasis. Next one, tapeworm, and next one, tapeworm, tinea solium. Dog. There is a dog tapeworm, Echinococcus granulosus, and fasciola hepatica, which damage the liver of sheep. The primary fasciola hepatica. Okay, the primary host is the sheep. The secondary host is the snail and fish are the secondary host. It also damages the liver of different animals. Uline parasitic affection, state book hyperplasia. Snail also grows inside. abnormal increase gigantism. These all are because of fascial. That means it has a parasitic effect. It is not free living, not free living and free swimming. Okay, if the animal is not attached to the substratum and move freely, that is a free swimming. Free living means whether it is harmful or not. Platyhelminthes have dorsoventrally flattened, but they are called flatworm. The most these are mostly endoparasites, not all, mostly endoparasites found in animals, including human being. Flatworms are bilaterally symmetrical, first bilaterally symmetrical animals, first triploblastic animals, and but here no coelom, primary body cavity, secondary body cavity is absent in animals, which organ level of organization and system is also given in NCERT textbook. Planaria belongs to the class. There are Turbellaria trematodes estoda. Turbellaria trematodes estoda. Okay, for this Turbellaria class, It belongs. Next one, the amino acid substitution of. Okay, I stop here. I cover remaining bits in the next video. Okay, if you like these videos, please subscribe and my channel, and also okay give okay click the